In this video, I created a college football player that never graduates. It's only fitting we're gonna name him Van Wilder, because he doesn't want to leave school. But unlike Van Wilder's movie counterpart, he doesn't want to just be partying in school, he wants to be playing football. And in this world, he either skates by under the NCAA so they don't notice his eligibility running out, or he's just got infinite eligibility. For an unexplained reason. We're unsure, but this one is going to be eternal. And to start this challenge out, we're gonna have him be a recruit coming into school. I'm making his measurements basically like Ryan Reynolds in real life since he played the character of Van Wilder. Does that look like Ryan Reynolds? Close enough. We're gonna make him a quarterback because that character feels like a quarterback in my mind. He's currently a 49 overall, so he's like on the fringe of if he's even going to be recruited or not. Most of his attributes are just like super average or below average. Like his throwing power 65, throw accuracy 65. He's gonna be starting out the bottom for sure, but we'll see how far he can go in the simulation. You know what's funny? Looking at the Van Wilder trailer when I was thinking about who to pick for this challenge, I randomly saw Aaron Paul in the trailer. Totally random, but I just wanted to point that out. So he's definitely going to be near the bottom. So let's see what kind of recruits are down here. Is he even on the list? There he is, 2,570. It looks like California and UCLA are the only ones even remotely interested in him. I imagine being in LA, he wants the big school feel. So I'm going to step in as UCLA, make sure he gets recruited. But I'm not going to mess it up if somebody else steps in there. Van Wilder has committed to the team, so UCLA will be his first pit stop in college. Now that Van Wilder is on the team, I think we're gonna make him the only quarterback on here besides other walk-ons, so he can have an easy path to the starting role, because I want to see him shine. Or fail, we'll see. Ooh, Van Wilder's first season, UCLA finished 2-10. Pretty bad start. 1,400 passing yards, 6 touchdowns, 17 interceptions for him. 59 QB rating, but he's starting from the bottom with that 32% completion percentage. Hey, but his longest pass was 69 yards. The game knows it's on brand. Nice. He's getting some good rushing yardage too. He's a dual threat. Now he needs like 9,000 more passing yards to beat the UCLA school record. Wow. Year 2, he's already up to 57 overall. I guess it's easy to really improve when you're already like one of the worst players in the country. Year 2, they finished 4-8. Certainly an improvement for Van Wilder in year 2. A little bit more yards, better touchdown to interception ratio. Now, none of this is any good, but he's getting better. Hey, his longest pass is now 83 yards. His overall is now up to 60, and that awareness is going up every week. And the coach got fired. He's going up like 4 overall every single season. He's up to 64 now. Get some speed boosts and boosts across the board. 67 throw power, 71 throw accuracy. Oh, what a terrible year. 1-11. Van did not improve much, but he still improved. That is a good sign. Oh, and he got a ton more rushing yards. Van is just getting everybody fired. 72 overall for Van Wilder here by year 4. Throw power 68, throw accuracy 74. So in game, you cannot change the player's age once you're in a dynasty for whatever reason. So to get around this, I'm using the EADB editor. And you can see right here now that he's a senior in game, it has the year listed as 3. So instead of 3, I'm going to change it to 1, shooting him back to what, like a sophomore or a freshman. Will this break the game? I hope not, but I'm also going to make him a red shirt that's already in the past, just hypothetically. And there he is, sophomore. And it's still saving his statistics for now, but we'll see what happens here in the future, because this is going to be the most interesting point. If it can save the stats while keeping him young, this is going to get crazy. Senior year is a brutal year. 1-11 again. Hey, but Van Wilder for the first time has a positive touchdown to interception ratio. And his completion percentage shot up like a crazy amount, going up from 37% to 60%. And so far, the stats are remaining the same. This is big news. That means my theory might work. We might be able to do this infinitely. Third coach in 3 years. Van is really making his team worse. Wow. By year 5, he is an 80 overall, 96 awareness, 69 throw power. Nice. 77 throw accuracy. Year 5 was quite a surprise. The team finishes 10-2 in the top 10. I mean, that's got to be big news for Van, right? Oh, did the game freeze? Did we break it? Yes, okay, it freezes every time I look at his individual player stats. That's good to know. But the simulation still went through, so I wonder if we just don't look at his player stats individually, then we can calculate the data. I'll make it work. So now that we know we can break the game at any moment, let's tiptoe our way around it. So he had a 172 QBR, over 3,000 passing yards. Oh man, he had a crazy year. 32 touchdowns to 3 interceptions, 70% completion percentage. That's doubling his completion completion percentage from 3 years ago. Nearly 1,000 rushing yards as well. 9 touchdowns on the ground. He was top 3 in the entire country in passing yards. Oh, and he's nearing 10,000 career passing yards. It helps when you have that extra season. He's number 1 on the Heisman watch. I'm not sure where this complete turnaround for the team happened, but this is hilarious. So they lost the conference championship 38-37, but they're headed to the Rose Bowl, I think, or at least they were projected to. Van Wilder wins the Heisman Trophy as a quote-unquote redshirt freshman. With the postseason, he actually ended up with 3,800 passing yards, over 1,000 rushing yards, and 50 total touchdowns. What a beast. And what a massive turnaround for this video. That is completely unexpected. So he broke the school season passing yardage record, the school passing touchdown record, and the school career passing touchdown record. Yeah, definitely add that to the trophy case. That's crazy. 1-11 to an 11-3 season with a Holiday Bowl victory and a Heisman Trophy winner. Looks like he had a ton of offensive weapons around him. A lot of guys in the high 80s. Like, look at these receivers. Just stacked. He now has 3 school records, and I'm seriously, give him like 1 more year and he'll have almost all of them. The only one he might not break is the passing yards in a game and passing touchdowns in a game. But heck, he'll be here long enough. He should have an opportunity to do them all. And I wonder how long it'll take him to break the career passing numbers. Maybe we'll just leave him in college until he does that. Van Wilder now up to an 84. So his overall improvements is slowing down in terms of the actual number, but he won the Heisman Trophy last year. I think he's going to be pretty good. 99 awareness. I'm really questioning how he won the Heisman Trophy because he's just now over 80 throw accuracy, 70 throw power. It must be that awareness or something, and just the weapons around him, because he's still not like a world beater in terms of overall. Year 6, the team goes 6-6. Kind of the devil's number there, 666. Van Wilder rips another incredible season. 3,400 passing yards, 40 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, 73% completion percentage. He's been amazing. Definitely drops in the rushing numbers this year. Still a great season for him. No Van Wilder on the Heisman list this year, but I mean, it was insane that he made it last year. They did make the Texas Bowl, so good for them. Van Wilder finally breaks the school record for passing yards in a career, and he only had to do it in an extra season more than anyone's had so far. 6 total seasons to break it. 14,000 passing yards at this point, but he's not done yet. He broke his record from last year with 42 passing touchdowns this year. He breaks his school record for passing touchdowns in a career. No surprise. This coach didn't get fired. He got an extension after his 6 and 7 year. Interesting. 71 throw power, 85 accuracy, 85 speed, 88 overall. His awareness has been maxed out for a few years now. Back-to-back years at 6-6. Van Wilder having a little bit of a regression here. 3,000 passing yards, 31 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. He has more rushing touchdowns than he's ever had, but the rushing yardage numbers definitely went down. No Heisman for Van this year. Oh, Van Wilder breaking the individual career number for passing touchdowns in a career. 7th year senior, and he finally broke it. 91 overall now, 86 speed. What's the throw power at now? It's only been going up 1 a year, but his throw accuracy has been going up 4 a year. So we're going to hit that cap here in a couple of seasons. But the throw power, we have a long way to go. As an 8th year senior, Van Wilder finishes as a runner-up in the Heisman. Oh yeah, he's shattering every single career record. 201 career passing touchdowns. What? It says Case Keenum has negative 13,000 yards. Van Wilder with 21,000 passing yards. It's amazing what happens when you have 3 extra years to play football. 4,000 passing yards this year and 43 touchdowns. So he's getting better and better each season. They won the Pac-12 championship. He wins the Maxwell. Unfortunately, he is the runner-up in the Heisman, but he also wins the Davey O'Brien Award for the best quarterback. 12-2 on the year, finished number 11 in the country. So no playoff for them just yet. It looks like he had the most passing yards in the entire country with over 4,000. Incredible year. 43 touchdowns to 9 interceptions. He's been like a top All-American for like 3 years in a row. They won the Pac-12 with Van Wilder, but they ended up losing the Rose Bowl to Minnesota 38-31. Interesting, in year 8, Van Wilder is wanting to declare for the NFL. He's projected to go in the 6th round. We're going to convince him to stay. Yeah, promise the player he will not regret staying to get his college degree. Here as an 8th year senior. Staying. Good to know he's sticking around, truly in Van Wilder fashion. At 94 overall now in his 9th season in college. Only a few more seasons and he'll have 99 throw accuracy. But he's actually going to reach 99 speed before he reaches 99 throw power. He's going to be a superhuman being by the end of this video. Because in the base game of NCAA 14, I don't think there's much regression at all. It's a system designed for players to stay in college for like 3 to 5 years, not 8+. Van Wilder is now 26 years old. He should have no problem problem renting a car in the US. And he's still winning awards out here. Walter Camp, Davey O'Brien, back-to-back years. And they won the Rose Bowl. It says they finished 4th by the end of the bowl season, so they just missed out on the playoff. But finishing 4th in the final rankings, pretty darn good. He's got his best touchdown to interception ratio so far, 43 touchdowns to 5 picks, 71% completion percentage, so that's going up again. 97 overall here. You can see the speed and everything is going up a tick each season, looking pretty nice. But heading into his 10th season in college, a decade playing college football, yeah, I think he's got a lot of experience under his belt. Another Heisman Trophy for Van Wilder. They won the conference championship and ranked #1 in the country. They've booked their spot in the national championship. Yay, we got a 27-year-old touchdown. Woo. Oh, this is going to be interesting. 18 seconds left, all 3 timeouts. Can Van Wilder win his first national championship? Double covered, intercepted. He might have just lost the game for him. Close battle in the national championship, but Oklahoma ends up winning 30-27 after they got a field goal as time expired. So Van Wilder still has not won a national championship, but he's only made it once. He's still got a lifetime to go. A new high of 46 passing touchdowns this year to only 8 interceptions. After a decade at the quarterback position, Van Wilder is starting to get bored. After one more training results, he would hit 99 overall. So instead of doing that, he decided to switch positions. Move him over to running back. I mean, he's got all the time in the world, so what the heck? Switching from quarterback to running back dropped his overall a little bit, but he's still 92 overall, and now he's going to be getting more acceleration boosts and stuff. And like that break tackle and stuff's going to go through a roof just because he's training for a different position, and now he's getting catching upgrades. The road to 99. That's pretty much my goal with this. See how high we can take Van Wilder. You know what's hilarious is since we made his year a freshman again, he made the freshman All-American team. And at #3 in the country, he is headed to the college football playoff for the 2nd year in a row. This is certainly a strange college football playoff here. We have Army versus Georgia, Western Kentucky versus UCLA. And after falling short last year in the national championship, Van Wilder completes his mission, wins it all, getting the national championship trophy. You know, for his first year at the running back position, he was pretty darn good. 1,100 total yards, 18 touchdowns. Receiving the ball, he was just okay. 27 catches, 382 receiving yards, and 4 touchdowns. Even though he's been a running back for only 1 season, he still holds the career record for rushing yards at UCLA. And he actually breaks the career record for rushing touchdowns. And that's for the entire NCAA. And we have our first 99 sighting for Van Wilder. He actually upgraded more at the running back position quicker than he did at the quarterback position. It's great for his athletic attributes because these things are improving incredibly quick. Like his acceleration has just a few more years until that's 99. Break tackles going up 6 a year. That's to 98. Trucking up 4 a year. Ball carrier vision up 5 a year. I mean, he's going to complete this running back upgrade quicker than we expected. A dozen years in, Van Wilder finishes 3rd in the Heisman race, but his quarterback for UCLA wins the Heisman, and they win yet another Pac-12 championship. They've just been dominant here in this conference. And for the 3rd year running, UCLA is in the national championship game. And after some incredible runs by Van Wilder, late in the 4th quarter, he sets up this game-winning field goal as time expires to win his 2nd national championship, this time in his 2nd year at the running back position, and his 12th year in college football. Back-to-back national champs. 1,300 rushing yards for Van Wilder this year. 17 touchdowns. He's a machine. And improving those receiving stats as well. He's closing in on 10,000 rushing yards. He's over 100 rushing touchdowns. The year is 2026. Van Wilder is 30 years old. So it's officially getting weird in college football. And his quarterback this season, a different player from last year, wins Heisman as well. So back-to-back Heisman trophies for UCLA. Another conference championship. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They've won 6 Pac-12 championships in a row here at UCLA. And they finished 13-0 in the regular season. And for the 4th year in a row, they're headed to the national championship. Oh boy, UCLA gets slaughtered in this championship 36-7. So they do not have the three-peat. A little bit of a down year for Van Wilder here. Only 870 rushing yards, 9 touchdowns, a little bit of a regression. And he had a regression in receiving yards as well. Officially over 10,000 rushing yards. I think it's safe to say no one's going to be catching up to him. 118 rushing touchdowns. For a normal player to do that, they would have to average like 30 touchdowns a season to catch up to him. It is busted when you play 13 years. And he's not finished yet. Just absurd how many Pac-12 titles they have. Van's had his fun at running back. Now it's time to try a new position. This time we're going to go to wide receiver. His first offseason as a wide receiver at 31 years old, 83 strength, 99 acceleration now. He's got to get that awareness up. He doesn't have the experience at that position yet, so it might take a while to get up there. But he's still getting like the trucking and ball carrying up. Oh, and the catching needs work too, but he's got all the time in the world. No Heisman Trophy for UCLA this year, but they've won another Pac-12 championship. That's like 7 in a row. Van's first year at receiver, he was number 2 on the depth chart here because they have a guy who's 98 overall who won the Mackey Award, actually. Van did pretty well. 900 receiving yards, nearly 60 catches, and 11 touchdowns. And they are yet again in the national championship game. Oh, are they going to do it? This one's going to come down to the wire here. 24-24. Oh, and it looks like they lose. 27-24. I thought they were going to get a field goal to send it to overtime there at the end, so they fall short again. This team is pretty crazy. Look how many 90s they have on here. It's not really a shock that they've been dominating so many years in a row. It also helps when every single coach you have is maxed out completely. I've never seen a situation like this. And also, you got a player who's been playing for almost 15 years in college. Just a little bit of experience there.
This video is brought to you by Manscaped. April is National Testicular Cancer Awareness Month. And did you know testicular cancer is the most common form of cancer for men ages 15 to 35. And with men's health and hygiene in mind, Manscaped has partnered with Testicular Cancer Society. And to do this, they've sent me this nice shirt saying, "We save balls." They've also got this limited edition Lawnmower 4.0 with the purple to represent the Testicular Cancer Society to raise awareness for testicular cancer. So when you're manscaping down there, make sure you check your balls, make sure they're good to go. Routine checks could save your life. And Manscaped's also donating $25,000 to TCS to help those impacted by testicular cancer. So if you want to support the cause or you just want to know more information on how to do at-home checks yourself, go to manscaped.com/TCS. And you can also donate at testicularcancersociety.org. Go to manscaped.com, use code TCSExpert to get 20% off your purchase plus free shipping. Once again, go to manscaped.com, use code TCSExpert to get 20% off your purchase plus free shipping. Thanks again to Manscaped for raising awareness and sponsoring this video.
Oh, they got 299 overalls on the team now. Greg Jones, the quarterback. 88 throw power, 91 throw accuracy. So that's going to be good for Van Wilder throwing his way. And now he is 99 overall at the wide receiver position. That didn't take long. The trucking, ball carrier vision, break tackle, it's all just nasty at this point. Catching 96, that must have been going up every single week. Oh, they finally lost their first Pac-12 championship in like 7 years. But UCLA's quarterback wins the Heisman Trophy. 59 total touchdowns. That's got to be good for old Van Wilder. And UCLA just missing out on the college football playoff at number 5 after losing that Pac-12 championship. And Van Wilder wins the Biletnikoff for the best wide receiver in college football. And just racking up awards. Oh, and they cruised to victory in the Fiesta Bowl, 49-14. Van Wilder, what a dominant season. 72 receptions, 1,500 receiving yards, 18 touchdowns. That quarterback went off. 52 passing touchdowns to 2 interceptions, and he added 800 rushing yards on top of it. Yeah, 4,300 passing yards is crazy, beating out one of Van Wilder's best seasons. Even the passing touchdowns in the season. You're going to leave Van Wilder at the wide receiver position until he breaks all the receiving records. As you can see, he just keeps stacking on his abilities. Strength is getting up there, agility, acceleration, break tackle, awareness, all maxed out. Ball carrier vision now maxed out. Carrying and catching are 99. Still has quite a bit he can improve on, so I wonder how long it'll take him to break these records. Yet another conference championship for UCLA. And they're going to once again make the college football playoff. Solid season for Van this year. 71 catches, 1,100 receiving yards, 15 touchdowns. In this championship, UCLA gets another game-winning field goal as time expires to win 20-17, and that is the 3rd national championship for Van Wilder. Wow. So Van Wilder's got himself a great quarterback for this next season. Terrence Silva, 92 throw power, 99 throw accuracy. He's a better quarterback than Van Wilder was. Van is about 2 years away from taking home all the receiving career records, and I don't think you're going to see more of a clutch catch than this. Van Wilder to get the first down to win the game for UCLA. The first time ever having a chance at an undefeated season. He's guarded by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players. And he goes up and he snags it, sealing the victory. Incredible catch. Just truly insane ending, making that his 4th national championship in his long career. Van has officially broken the most receiving yards in an individual career set by Corey Davis back in the day. And he also has the most receiving touchdowns, but he still has to get there for the receptions. 35-year-old Van Wilder continuing to pile on the attributes. attributes. Got several 99s, as we know. Elusiveness getting up there, spin move, juke move. All the catching stats are closing in on the 99. Van has UCLA on a crazy run here. They haven't lost a regular season game in over 5 seasons. And now they're playing Miami of Ohio in the national championship. Things are a little bit crazy in 2031. Now look at this career list. He's got everything now for the receiving ones. Shattering everything just because he keeps playing more and more years. Hey, Van finally made himself one of the team captains. And for the 3rd year in a row, Van takes home the national championship trophy in back-to-back undefeated seasons. So they've won 28 games in a row. Now that Van has officially broken every single receiving career record, and he's won 3 national championships in a row. Being 36 years old now, Van has achieved what he's wanted to on the offensive side of the ball. So now he's going to switch over to the defensive side and see what he can do. Now, he's going to be a developmental prospect no matter what position we go to, but I think we'll go with a defensive end right now so he can get started on those sack numbers. See, now he's way down in the depth chart. I don't like that, but he's going to get 2 ticks of strength each season, and let's see how much he's been working on his defensive stuff in the offseason. Tackling +2, all the power moves and stuff, up by 3 or 4. Release, okay, he's already up to 97 on that. Stamina is up to 99. And when the competition above you is just too strong, here's what you do. You just delete the competition. Just cut him. 93 overall, I don't care. Get him out of here. Van Wilder is the only one who can stick around. Pretty solid season for him. 46 tackles, 15 of them for loss, 6.5 QB sacks. But that's barely a dent in like the 53 he needs to break the record. Van makes it back to the college football playoff for the 4th season in a row. But it looks like they fell short in the first round, so they will not repeat in the national championship this year. 20th year in college football, Van Wilder's an 81 overall left end. He's blazing fast, but he's still getting stronger and needs to work on his technique on the defensive side of the ball. Oh, it says you currently have the max number of trophies. Okay. I didn't realize you could max out. Very bad year for Van, only 1.5 QB sacks. Van has been struggling at the defensive end position. He's only gotten like 11 sacks in the past 3 seasons. So I've decided to switch him to a different position to see if that helps him out at all. So we're going to move him over to left outside linebacker, see if it gives him a boost. I mean, he's certainly extremely fast, and he's getting extremely strong at this point too. And I didn't realize this, but he's been adding weight each season too. He started at like 215, and now he's up to 235 pounds. Van has now hit age 40. His running back has won the Heisman Trophy. He's having a pretty solid season with 5.5 sacks, but these are not like chasing records numbers right now. I mean, man is 40 years old playing out here. Oh, he blocked a punt this year. Nice. After several seasons playing on the defensive side of the ball, he has won another 3 championships. That brings him to a total of 8 national championships. He officially has more natties than Nick Saban at this point, to put it into perspective. Van's trying to leave here again. Let's see. Yeah, let's keep promising the college degree to make him stay. Mama said she'd kill me if I don't get my degree, so I guess that means I'm back for year 24. Oh, he's 1 year away from being 99 speed. He's got 96 strength, 94 overall at left outside linebacker. Catching stats are 1 tick away from being maxed out. Oh yeah, he's a force to be reckoned with. And now he's 241 pounds. He's putting on some beef. I mean, that happens to all of us once we age. 41-year-old college football player. Van has finally hit max movement stats, 99 speed, 99 agility, 99 acceleration. Catching completely maxed out. 94 hit power. Block shedding up to 88, so he's still got a ton of work to do. But boy is quick. Yet again, a UCLA quarterback is winning the Heisman Trophy. This has been a ridiculous streak here. Van is now a 99 at left outside linebacker. I'm surprised he's not putting up better numbers, because he's been ticking away at like 3 sacks a year. I mean, he's not a perfect player, but you would think he'd be getting more sacks than this. He looks freaking amazing. Oh, he's absolutely busted. 99 overall. Like, you scroll across, it's mostly 99s now. 249 pounds, too. He's just been putting on weight, but the weight is not slowing him down at all. But he is also 44. Hey, Van Wilder won the Bednarik Award for the best linebacker in the country. He also won the Nagurski and the Dick Butkus Award. I assume that means he puts up ridiculous stats, right? You have 104 tackles tackles, 7.5 sacks. That's pretty good. 46 years old now, Van Wilder has had a clean sweep of the awards for the linebacker position. He's only a few sacks short of getting the all-time career record, but he's still chasing a lot of those interceptions, so I'm going to move him over to corner, where he's still going to be getting sacks, but he's going to get a lot more interceptions, hopefully. Immediately jumps up to 99. Just got that awareness boost. Oh yeah, he's so good. And now that he's getting +5 on man and zone each season, he'll be like a fully maxed out player in just like one more year. It took Van until he was 49 years old, but he finally broke the individual career sack record, setting the mark at 53 sacks in a career. Only took him 32 seasons. And it's weird. It happened in a year where they finished 7-6, especially after like this crazy run. You look back where they didn't lose more than 2 games for like almost 20 years. And then you got a random 7-6. Year 31, I moved him to free safety, and he actually got an interception in the national championship. It wasn't to win it, but cool stat for him. In year 29, he won another national championship, bringing him to a total of 10 national championships at this point. Van Wilder, by 50 years old, he's done it. He has broken the interceptions in a career mark with 30. He has all the individual stats on paper that you set out for. But there's still one record he has yet to break. That is the oldest college football player of all time. We have Joe Thomas of South Carolina State. He appeared in a game and he was 55 years old. A 55-year-old running back. But that's still not the oldest. We have Tom Thompson, the oldest football player in NCAA history and the oldest NCAA football player to score a point. You see, he was a kicker. So our goal for Van Wilder, he has to make it to the ripe age of 62. And to accomplish this goal, we're sending Van Wilder back to the quarterback position. The final years of Van Wilder's career was just ridiculous. There were several runs where they had like over a 50-game win streak at a time. That means winning national championships back to back to back. They did it 4 times in a row, twice. The longest win streak they had here at UCLA was 77 games, shattering the previous record. We had a few strange seasons as well. One where there was this 99 overall quarterback that actually benched Van Wilder. So that season he wasn't the starter, but he still got some pretty solid stats. What was interesting is he played a little bit of receiver, running back, and even some on the defensive side of the ball. So he's adding more interceptions, defensive touchdowns, catches, all that to his total. Not like he needs any more. He already holds the record for every career record you could possibly have. In fact, he has so many passing yards, it's actually glitched up and won't give him the record anymore. But as you can see, he has everything else. The man has 67,000 passing yards, 700 touchdowns to 126 interceptions, 65% completion percentage total, 25,000 rushing yards, 300 rushing touchdowns, almost 500 catches, 8,000 receiving yards, 91 touchdowns, almost 500 tackles. He holds the record for sacks in a career with 56.5, 34 interceptions, the record for that, 7 forced fumbles, 6 fumble recoveries, 4 blocked kicks, 1 safety, 10 defensive touchdowns. We never moved him to kicker, but we could do that if we felt like it. We've accomplished quite a bit here. He was even returning kicks for a short period, but he never got a return touchdown. Interesting. And the biggest accomplishment of them all, here in 2058, he is 62 years old. He's in like his 44th year of college football. It has been so long, it's ridiculous. To put that into perspective, his playing career is like the tenure of Joe Paterno at Penn State with 46 years. That's a record in this game. I mean, we could really do this infinitely. We could see the heat death of the universe if we really wanted to, but man is old. Let his bones rest. His final year, they did not make the college football playoff, but he had a send-off in the Fiesta Bowl. What is funny is he never reached 99 throw power, even after all this time. 44 years was not enough to improve that. And in total, Van Wilder has had 7 Heisman trophies. He's been a part of 17 national championships, 33 conference championships. I don't even know how many bowl games. But if we just scroll through his tenure here, 2-10, 4-8, 1-11, those were the down years. That's when he was still a scrub. But then they took off. Look at these numbers. Pac-12 championship almost every season, Heisman trophies, national championships, elite bowl games. And then in the back half, they were just winning constantly. 77-game win streak at one point. And now it's time for him to rest. Everything has to come to an end, but he will not be graduating. He is headed to the NFL draft projected in round 1. You know, he's going to be the oldest rookie of all time as well. I don't think you want to be signing someone in their 60s who's nearly 300 pounds at the running back position. But hey, he's off. the GOAT, simply because he played longer than everybody else, and it's completely unfair in the record books. But hey, that's pretty much all I got for this video. I want to say thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. And as for me, I am Drew Morris, Big Ol' Drewski, not the expert, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.
Thank you to Patreon supporters Christian Tate, Jack Webb, Matt Woodruff, Anthony Uhas, Timbo Slice, Rosalie Jarecki, Demondre Hunter Martin, and Casey Knox.